Just a few short remarks, Mr. Chair. I'm very happy to be here today, defending, I guess, my first budget as the Minister of Transportation Infrastructure. Almost said Minister of Environment there for a second. Rolls off the tongue pretty quick. But happy to take questions from the members opposite today. And I recognize that the roads are not the greatest here today, but we'll take the time that we need to answer any questions that will come our way. This budget, Mr. Chair, is in the theme of the growth and opportunity delivering for New Brunswickers. And this budget reflects strategic investments in our transportation network and infrastructure. We continue to be prudent with taxpayers' money, focusing on areas of greatest need and being strategic and responsible in our future choices. There is a lot of good news in this budget, obviously, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, with increases in nearly every category. And here are some highlights that we are investing in. $84.5 million into the bridge program this year as part of this year's capital budget. That's a $23.6 million increase over last year, which includes, I'll name a few, $3.3 million for the Madawaska-Edmundston International Bridge to continue that project, $7.7 million for the St. John Harbour Bridge, which has generated a lot of discussion this week, obviously, as we've continued that project in the next phase starting on April the 1st. And $5.5 million for the Lemec-Shippagan Bridge, which our colleague from the Northeast, the very Northeast, would be very happy to hear that we're going to continue to revitalize that structure in a way that is dependable for those folks in the Lemec-Shippagan area. $94.2 million into the federal provincial cost share program as part of the 23-24 capital budget. That's a $12.4 million increase over last year. And this includes $7.9 million to finish the Coles Island bridges, $24.6 million for the Centennial Bridge in Miramichi, and $21 million for the Salmon River Bridge in Chipman. $20 million into the Provincial Municipal Partnership Program, which formerly we all know as the Municipal Designated Highway Program, or the MDH. That's an increase of $5 million over last year, and we know that there needs to be more injected into that fund over time, and we'll continue, as budgets allow, to continue to increase those numbers over time so that we can help our municipal partners and friends update and improve their infrastructure in their regions. Now, this is a real special one for me, Mr. Chair, because I've, since becoming the Minister of DTI, and before, I was able to visit our islands in the province. And not quite like Lemec-Shippagan Bridge, who connects that landmass, but living on an island, I don't think any of us, if we haven't lived on an island, understand what that is like. I certainly don't know it completely, what it feels like, but I've spoken to many islanders in the province on those islands, on Deer Island, Campobello, and Grand Manan, and it's a different feeling altogether. Sometimes, when government is in Fredericton, they feel disconnected from us. And I don't think any of us that live on the mainland can understand that. So, we're going to inject $34.8 million into our ferries. That's an $8.6 million increase over last year. And this includes, for the most part, increasing crossings from the islands. We've done some pilot projects on some crossings at Deer Island and the White Hand Island Ferry as well. And that's just a small little island off the tip of Grand Manan that houses a small number of people, but they too have that right to be connected to Grand Manan and the mainland more than ever. It also includes a $625,000 to extend the Grand Manan supplemental season for 3 extra weeks this year. So the Grand Manan ferry runs continuously year-round, but during the summer months, an extra ferry comes on to supplement economic development and tourism for that island. And we're going to increase that extra run by 3 weeks this year. It's a considerable amount of funding because the price of fuel to run those ferries and to have the people on board, them manning them, those vessels, can be challenging. But we've taken the the approach as a government that we need to increase economic development. We need to increase access on those islands, and we'll continue to do that as time goes forward. $66.2 million into building operations and maintenance, and that's a $2.2 million increase over last year. $9.8 million in radio communications for emergency preparedness. That's a $120,000 increase over last year. And for roads, $33.4 million into the summer maintenance program and $78.3 million into winter maintenance program. Now, we've this winter gone by, we've seen some challenges with fuel price increases. And while it doesn't seem like we get a lot of heavy snowstorms, little storms like this one that we just saw cost almost or more than a regular snowstorm in the winter with a -30 or -20 degree temperature. When you have to apply more salt and chemicals to the highways, the costs go up. So we're going to continue to monitor climate change as it affects our maintenance programs and continue to, I guess, supplement those operations. We want our highways as safe as possible. We want people to be able to travel to work. And we want our emergency services to be able to get to their destination. So we're going to continue to take that seriously and inject money into those areas where need be.